Have you ever had one of those days where everything seems to go wrong? Spill your coffee, miss your bus, and then get caught in the rain. Feels like the universe is conspiring against you, right? We've all been there. You get so caught up in the immediate moment, labeling things as good or bad. But what if I told you that this instant judgment is a trap? What if the worst day of your life could actually be a blessing in disguise? Today, we're going to explore a timeless story that will completely change how you look at the ups and downs of life. It's a story about a farmer, a horse, and the surprising twists of fate that teach us one powerful lesson: never be too quick to judge. In a small, remote village, there lived an old man who was quite poor. But he possessed one treasure that was the envy of everyone, even the king. It was a magnificent white horse, a creature of such beauty and strength that wealthy merchants and royalty traveled from afar just to see it. They offered him fortunes for the horse, bags of gold that could have changed his life forever. But to every offer, the old man simply smiled and replied, "This horse is not a possession to me. He is a friend. And how can you sell a friend?" The villagers would shake their heads, calling him a fool for turning down such wealth. One morning, the old man woke up to find the stable empty. His beloved white horse was gone. The news spread through the village like wildfire. Soon, a crowd gathered at the old man's humble home. "You old fool," one of them exclaimed. "We told you this would happen. You should have sold the horse. Now it's stolen, and you are left with nothing. What terrible misfortune. Is this a curse upon you?" The old man listened patiently to their commiserations. He looked at their worried faces and said calmly, "Don't go so far as to say that. Simply say the horse is not in the stable. That is the fact. Everything else is a judgment from you. Whether it is a misfortune or a blessing, who is to know? We only see a fragment. Who can say what will follow?" The villagers thought he had lost his mind. Clearly, this was a disaster. About 2 weeks later, something incredible happened. Late one evening, the villagers heard the sound of thundering hooves. They ran out of their homes and saw a breathtaking sight. The old man's white horse was returning, and it wasn't alone. It was leading a herd of 3 stunning wild horses, galloping toward the old man's farm. They had followed him home. The news once again brought the entire village to the old man's doorstep. This time, their tone was completely different. "Old man, you were right," they shouted with joy. "It wasn't a misfortune, it was a blessing. Now you have not 1, but 4 magnificent horses. You are a rich man. What incredible good fortune." The old man simply stood there, watching the horses settle in the corral. He turned to the excited crowd and said, with the same calm demeanor as before, "You are going too far again. Simply say the horse has returned with 3 others. That is the fact. Who knows if it is a blessing or a misfortune? We are still only seeing a small piece of the puzzle. Life is a continuous flow of events, one leading to the next." The villagers were perplexed, but left feeling happy for him, certain that his luck had turned for the better. The old man had a son, a strong and capable young man who was his only family. The son was overjoyed with the arrival of the new horses and immediately began the task of taming them. A few days later, while trying to break in one of the wild stallions, the horse bucked violently, throwing the son to the ground. There was a terrible crack. The young man's leg was badly broken. Once again, the villagers flocked to the old man's house. Their faces were filled with pity and a strange sense of vindication. "You were right again," they said, shaking their heads. "It wasn't a blessing after all. It was a curse. Your only son, now crippled. He was your only support in your old age. Now you are poorer than ever. Terrible luck." The old man looked at his son resting inside, his leg in a splint, and then back at the villagers. He sighed softly. "People are obsessed with judgment," he said. "Don't go that far. My son has broken his leg. That is the fact. The rest is your interpretation. Who knows if it is a misfortune or a blessing? No one knows. Life comes in fragments, and the full picture is never revealed at once." A few weeks passed. The country suddenly declared war. A decree was issued. All able-bodied young men in the village were to be conscripted into the army immediately. The war was brutal, and it was widely known that most who went to the front lines would never return. The villagers gathered in the square, weeping as they said goodbye to their sons. There was grief and despair in every home. King's officers went from door to door, taking every young man who could fight. When they arrived at the old man's house, they saw his son with his broken leg. "Useless for the army," the officer declared, and they moved on. The old man's son was the only young man in the entire village who was spared. The whole village was now filled with sorrow and lamentation. The same people who had pitied the old man now came to him with envy in their hearts. "You were right, old man," they said, their voices trembling. "Your son's injury was a blessing. Our sons are gone forever, but yours is safe with you. Turned out you were the lucky one." The old man looked at them, his eyes full of compassion, and simply said, "Continue to judge if you must, but who truly knows?" This story is a powerful reminder that life is far more complex than our simple labels of good or bad. The event that feels like a catastrophe today might be the very thing that saves you tomorrow. And the thing you celebrate as a great victory might lead to unforeseen challenges. The universe works in mysterious ways, and we are only seeing a tiny sliver of a much larger, intricate tapestry. When you spill your coffee, maybe it makes you 5 minutes late, causing you to miss a traffic accident. When you lose a job, maybe it pushes you to discover your true passion and start a business that brings you more fulfillment than you ever imagined. The point isn't to be passive or to not feel emotions like sadness or joy. The point is to hold those feelings lightly, to experience them, but not let them define the entire event. It's about cultivating a sense of trust in the process of life. It's about understanding that every event, no matter how it appears in the moment, is a stepping stone. It's a part of your journey, guiding you, teaching you, and shaping you into the person you're meant to become. So the next time you find yourself in a situation that feels like a complete disaster, or even one that feels like the greatest success, take a breath. Step back from the immediate emotional reaction. Remember the old man and his horse? Ask yourself, what is the fact here? And what is the story I'm telling myself about it? Say to yourself, perhaps this is bad. Perhaps this is good. Perhaps this is exactly what I need right now, even if I can't see why. This simple shift in perspective is incredibly liberating. It frees you from the roller coaster of emotional highs and lows and allows you to navigate life with a deeper sense of peace, curiosity, and trust. You begin to see that everything truly happens for a reason, even if that reason only becomes clear much, much later. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, let me know in the comments about a time of misfortune in your life turned out to be a blessing. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content that helps you see the world a little differently. See you in the next one.